What's up everybody? In today's video we're going to do some PvP matches. As our first match we're going to be fighting the rank 1 person in PvP in Champions. So yeah, I'm experimenting with new attack teams because right now it's just there's not a lot of variant in the teams in the top 100. It's pretty much all the same or very similar. So making an attack team that can beat them is kind of hard. So this team that I'm using, pretty much just trying to outlast them. So I have more characters than him. He has 6, that's actually relevant, and the remaining 2 is not. So our team is using Tama to heal back a little and just try to outlast them. So we probably will not win with the 5 characters we have right now. We will win with the bench characters. As you can see with his team, it's mostly based on defense. It's a really balanced team. It doesn't really have speed, but defense-wise, it's there. So if you're unlucky, and let's say they have Jack's special go off first, and then with Shank's crew, and then Rogers, and then the remaining 2, most likely your 5 characters will die. So, you know, as everyone knows, it's very RNG based, but this team is pretty consistent. I would say I would win more than I lose. So, because there's not many choices, so you gotta have to fight these teams if you want to stay in the top 100. And right now I'm barely in the top 100. So 2 of our characters die, but it's not a big problem. Our bench characters are pretty good. I'm using Josu because I don't have a better choice. And he's not really a bad choice either because he does fixed damage, and our opponent is like has a lot of defense. So having Josu doing fixed damage is actually not a bad idea. There's roughly 35 seconds left. We are cutting a bit close, but we should be fine. So our second team, we're fighting Cyril. He's currently rank 2. He's usually rank 1 before the merger, but now he's going to be rank 2, I guess, because the number 1 Korean player is a lot crazier. Like, he farms a lot harder. So yeah, I did do a test to see like how is the rank, you know, the top 2 players getting their points. So I took a screenshot of their scores, and I checked every like 30 seconds to a minute, and just like, you know, if anything changed, I'll take another screenshot and just compare how much points they're gaining. So I found out that they were gaining around 4 to 6 points like every minute and a half to 2 minutes. So that's how they have their points, which is kind of crazy because just look at their points, the amount of battles you have to do, like the amount of gems. It's an insane amount of gems just to stay in the top 2. So I'm guessing by now they spent way over 200 gems, which is a crazy amount. I could be wrong and they spent well over 300 to 400 gems, I don't know. You would really have to ask them to get the exact number. I'm a bit curious to see just how much gems they are spending to get the scores that they have. So yeah, in this video there's going to be a lot more different teams that we're going to be fighting. I'm only posting the teams that I win. So I did lose quite a few times in this PvP, and actually it's not a little amount. I actually lost maybe over 30 by now. The PvP has gone really hard ever since the merger because 1, there's more players, 2, there's not a variety of teams, and all these teams are actually pretty good at defense. So at this current moment I spend around 60 gems, maybe 60 to 70 gems. Is it worth it? Probably not, because I'm gonna keep spending gems just to stay in the top 100. By the end of the event I might be spending around 80 to 90 gems, and I'm only getting 50 gems back. I get rumble tickets, but you know, it just doesn't seem that worth it now compared to before, because before I would spend maybe around 50 gems, like I would break even, but now I'm spending way more gems than I'm getting back. Surprisingly, when I go to sleep and I'm around like rank 90, once I wake up, you know, like after 8 hours, I'll be ranked like 103, 110. it just tells me that the competition for the top 100 is really high, but right outside the top 100, there's not a lot of competition right now. In this match, we're pretty much fighting the same team, but minus the bench units. So I do enjoy fighting just 5 units instead of 8. As you can see, my starting 5 units is different from the previous match. So I'm using Jack instead of Dofi. This is the first team I tried out to beat this defense team. My reasoning for using this team in the beginning was because I have Tama in the team, and Tama's passive gives level 6 CT up for fighters and free spirits. So Jack would normally get his special off before the opponent. So that means that would give my team a defense boost. Also a big HP cut to the opponent. Like most of the time, Jack will launch a special before the 70-second mark. The problem with using Jack instead of Dofi, I'm lacking a lot of damage. So with this team, I've lost quite a few times, you know, just testing it out and stuff. And most of the time it's because I'm not able to kill their units before their units relaunch their specials. Tama usually gets her special up once only, because the combination of Dofi, Roger, and Odin will most likely kill her because she doesn't have a lot of HP. There's some matches that, you know, she's lucky and she survives it, and all those matches I would win for sure. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the match. I'll be back when we fight a different defense team. Alright, so this is the second most common team you would find in the top 100, I would say. So this team, they don't have Odin, but they have Rayleigh. So this team is really defense heavy. I've tried fighting this team with, you know, the normal 5 slasher team, and I would lose almost every time. It's just so dumb how the RNG plays such a big part in it. If I'm lucky and I'm, you know, able to use Rogers first, then Odin, then Dofi, then I would probably win against this team. But if it doesn't go in that order, you know, if Dofi has her special go out first, or Odin, like, you just can't kill this team. And most of the time, for some reason, Rayleigh always gets targeted. And once he's below 60%, he would have his +5 defense and +5 guard up. For my attack team, as you can see, I have Tesoro in the team. And he is the real MVP in this team, to be honest. Because our opponent lacks damage, okay, the only character I'm scared of is Dofi. If Dofi doesn't kill Tama, Tama just doesn't die with this team, because the remaining characters do HP cut or fixed damage, and it's never enough to kill Tama off, and Tama will just consistently heal back. Our team lacks damage also, but we will launch our specials faster than our opponents for a second time because of Tesoro's passive. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the matches, and I'll see you guys next time.
ねえよ。行くぞ。行くぞ。やってんじゃねえよ。行くぞ。行くぜ。目障りだ。行くぜ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
ほら。
狂気の一夜の始まりだ。
ほら。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。ゆっくり休むといいよ。
やってんじゃねえよ。俺たちが相手をしてやる。
行くぜ。身ぐるみ置いていけ。ゆっくり休むといいよ。
目障りだ。行くぞ。消えろ。隙だらけだ。
行くぜ。
行くぞ。隙だらけだ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
今だ。隙だらけだ。行くぞ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
俺はこのどうしようもねえ国のもの王になることにした。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。
狂気の一夜の始まりだ。
見やってんじゃねえよ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
俺はこのどうしようもねえ国の王になることにした。
やるか。
消えろ。任せ合わせる。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。狂気の一夜の始まりだ。
任せ合わせる。
やるか。
今だ。
せる。
行くぞ。
やるか。 ゆっ
くり休むといいよ。ゆっくり休むといいよ。
恐怖の一夜の始まりだ。身ぐるみ置いていけ。
俺は今気分が悪いんだ。勝負でもしに来た。
俺はこの同志の王になることにした。
やってんじゃねえよ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
今だ。
ほら。
今だ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
やるか。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。俺はこの同志の王になることにした。
恐怖の一夜の始まりだ。
やってんじゃねえよ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
任せろ。合わせる。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
決めろ。
やるか。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
行くぞ。
やるか。やるじゃねえか。
これでどう？
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
だらけだ。ぶっ飛べ。俺たちが相手をしてやる。
行かせないよ。
しっかり私を守るのよ。
俺はこの同志の王になることにした。
やってんじゃねえよ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
直々に俺が兵を執行する。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
手触りだ。
このまま走らせるほど甘くねえぞ。俺は
頂点まで行ってこい。ほら。
行くぜ。
やってんじゃねえよ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。俺はこの同志の王になる なることにした。
ぶっ飛べ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
やるじゃねえか。
行くぞ。行くぞ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
だらけだ。行かせん。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
俺はこの同志の骨のもの王になることにした。やってんじゃねえよ。
俺を誰だと思ってる。ゆっくり休むといいよ。
行くぞ。
行くぜ。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。俺たちが相手をしてやる。
やってんじゃねえよ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
俺はこの同志の骨にもの王になることにした。行くぞ。
行かせないよ。
行くぜ。
目障りだ。行くぞ。
やるか。
行かせん。やってんじゃねえよ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。
本気で俺に勝つ気がいか
遅いね。
やるか。
やってんじゃねえよ。
俺を誰だと思ってる。ゆっくり休むといいよ。
俺はこの同志の骨王になることにした。
やるか。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。
行くぞ。
おのれ。このまま走らせろ。甘くねえぞ俺は。
身ぐるみ置いていけ。
行くぞ。やってんじゃねえよ。行くぞ。
ゆっくり休むといいよ。
やるか。
やるじゃねえか。誰だと思ってる。
目障りだ。
俺たちが相手をしてやる。遅いね。
俺はこ この同志の子供の王になることにした。